Fellow Chargers, I hope you are all doing well and finding a way to navigate through this very unique time. I realize we are all a little unsettled right now. During this time of year, we are typically involved with track, baseball, volleyball, or golf. We're attending practices for the upcoming school musical. We're getting excited about the end of the school year. And of course, spring football camp is supposed to be just 1 week away. And now none of those things are happening. I also know that the announcement of some changes within our coaching staff has been a little tough for us to handle. Our upcoming senior class was the first group to participate in our junior high tackle football program. And so many of you have been coached by the same coaches going on 5 years now. And now some of those coaches are leaving for other opportunities, and that can be difficult to process. Because of these and other circumstances, I felt it would be appropriate to share with you some of my thoughts regarding the state of our football program and how we will continue to move forward. These are things I would prefer to share with you in person. Something I might say to all of you before we start our workout during 7th period. But since I cannot do that, I thought this state of the program speech would be a fun way to do it instead of another one of my long and boring emails. Please remember that as coaches and educators, we all have our own vision and career path that we must take in our pursuit of happiness. Sometimes when opportunities arise, we must follow our hearts and take those opportunities. The summer before my senior year in high school, I'll never forget sitting in that team meeting when Coach Lino, who most of you met before the Santan Foothills game last year, told us that he was taking a different job so he could move back home to his native Hawaii. We were all devastated and we all mourned, but looking back, it provided us with an amazing opportunity to learn from another great man, both on and off the field, Coach Johnson. Both Coach Kramer and Coach Heinz were great coaches and mentors, and there is no doubt we will miss them. But it is important that we not take it personally that they left. The relationships that you built with them and the valuable lessons they taught you will last far beyond your high school playing days. As mentioned in some previous emails, we have been busy finding some great new coaches to add to our seasoned staff. Alec Hathcock is one of those men. Coach Hathcock grew up around football as his dad has been the head football coach at Desert Ridge High School in Mesa for the past 14 years. I actually had the privilege of coaching with his dad for 3 years as Desert Ridge was one of my stops on my coaching journey. Coach Hathcock had an amazing high school career as a running back for his dad's team and was also able to play football beyond high school at Arizona Christian University. Injuries stopped his career a little short, and so he has already had some opportunities to coach both at Desert Ridge with his dad and at Arizona Christian with his coaches there. We are so excited to have Coach Hathcock on board, and we know he will add some expertise and energy to our staff. JT Tau'iliili is the other new coach that we have added to our staff. Coach JT has been in Arizona for 1 year and coached football at Combs High School this past fall. Before that, Coach JT had spent 4 years coaching at Skyview High School in Smithfield, Utah, and then moved with that same coaching staff to open up a new football program at Green Canyon High School outside of Logan, Utah, where he coached an additional 2 years with them. During his 6 years with that staff, he served as the program's JV defensive coordinator. We're thrilled that Coach JT has chosen to join the Charger football family, and we know he will bring a wealth of knowledge to the defensive side of the ball. There have been some other minor changes to our coaching staff in regards to who will be coaching what positions this fall. The first piece to the puzzle is that Coach JT will be taking on the role of defensive coordinator. With so many years of experience as a JV defensive coordinator, this is a natural fit. Coach JT has a lot of experience running a 4-3 defense, which is great because that is what we have been running the past 4 years. This doesn't mean everything will be exactly the same, but most of what we do should sound and feel very familiar to what you already know. Coach Casper will continue to coach the defensive secondary, while Coach Van will lead the big boys up front on the defensive line and also be our JV defensive coordinator. Coach Bobby will be joining the dark side that is the defense, and he will take over as our new linebackers coach. Coach Bobby has already coached linebackers at the junior high level and would always join in with the varsity linebacker group at the conclusion of the JV season every year. So while we will miss him on the offensive side of the ball, he will be a great fit as our new linebackers coach. On the offensive side of things, I will continue as the offensive coordinator, and yes, we will continue to run the double wing. Of course, we will make a few adjustments to the base offense to keep opponents on their toes, but ultimately the double wing has defined us as a football program, and we will continue to use it as a staple of what we do. As many of you know, Coach Mack took on the role of athletic director last October. By then, the JV season had ended, and so his duties as JV head coach and offensive coordinator were already complete. Since Coach Mack is now starting the school year as the AD, we thought this would be a great time to lighten his coaching duties and also allow him to coach the position he played in college. So Coach Mack will be coaching our fullbacks and tight ends and be able to utilize his expertise in that area. Coach Chad will now take on the role of JV head coach and offensive coordinator, and will also be the offensive line coach. And then last but certainly not least, Coach Hathcock will take over as our running backs coach, a position he received all state honors for in high school and also played in college. We are really excited about our new staff and the changes we have made for this coming season. We are excited to have some fresh ideas and see some new faces as we build relationships and continue the tradition that we have created with the Charger football family. While spring football camp is a no-go, we are keeping our fingers crossed that June football and the Round Valley camp in July will happen. It is very important that all of us are doing what we can right now to prepare for the season. Strength training with or without equipment, speed training, agility training, injury prevention, knees and necks, all of it is so important to a successful 2020 campaign. The harder you work now, the easier things will be once we are able to do our workouts together. Now is the time. There is no better day than today. What you do in life echoes in eternity. Your teammates, coaches, parents, and fans are all counting on you to find a way and get it done. So be strong and rejoice in the challenge. Go Chargers!